Hey guys, so I have some finished projects. I always want to say projects to share with you, but first, um, I wanted to show a couple Christmas cards that I got, technically last year, and I kept forgetting to show them. Christmas time was was a was a difficult time. So let me just show you those cards because I was very, what's the word? Very appreciative of getting them. I really appreciate it. This first one came from Lisa, and she's Charlisa's Crafty Corner, and I will leave her YouTube name in the description box below. And she did a brilliant job of stamping. It doesn't matter how many things I stamp, my stamping sucks. So really beautiful card, I love it. And then this one came from Karen, who's ScrappyKsue, and I will leave her YouTube name in the description box below as well. And love of the pattern paper. Point set is really pretty. I really like this card too. And there's that one. So thank you, ladies, for these cards. I super appreciate it. Sorry I kept forgetting to show them in all of my shared project videos. I don't know how many I've posted since Christmas. Alright, so let me get to the things that I've made. Why are you saying my battery's half dead? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll try and go fast. I made these two stitched ornaments. It's from that Busilicate. I think these lines were supposed to be satin stitching. But the lines were so narrow I didn't want to. That's wrong. I didn't want to attempt it. Camera, you are going to make me so mad. And then I made this of my dog, Amber. I was gone from YouTube for a little while. It's because I had to put her down, and I was kind of expecting it, but when I took her to the vet, I wasn't planning on putting her down. It just, because she had lost, or she was paralyzed most of the, probably 80% on her back end. She got a bladder infection, and I had taken her in to get antibiotics, and the vet and I talked about it, and she was right. It would have just kept happening because Amber wasn't able to walk on her own. So, I still am dealing with that, and, when I was waiting for her ashes, I wanted to make something of her, and so I made this ornament. I got this wood ornament from the thrift store. It was just plain wood, and it had two pieces. One was the main, the solid piece, and then there was another frame that went on top. So I just cut a hexagon from the best picture I could find and glued that on there and painted it. I used a lot of fabric paint on this because I like the colors, and then there's some glass paint too. But there's some fabric, like peachy paint, and I wanted to bring in some orange colors that are, it's really subtle. You probably won't be able to tell, but there's like peachy paint kind of shadowing the edges. And I wanted to bedazzle it a little bit, so I just kinked up some wire and added some amber colored beads. That's why I named her Amber, was because of her color. She reminded me of the gemstone. And I covered the whole thing in Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. And I'm not totally happy with how it came out. I think I'm going to leave it as is, but there's like dimples in her face area that I'm very upset about. And also, because I'm an impatient person, I stuck my finger on it, and I'm pretty sure it was dry, but it left an oily fingerprint. And I tried to clean it off with a baby wipe, and it just made the whole thing hazy. So my mom suggested to stick another layer of Dimensional Magic on there, but I'm worried I'm going to ruin it. So I think I might just leave it. So these next 4 cards I'm going to show you I don't love. I made this card. I had a couple of card kits from when I first started card crafting that I got from Walmart. They were just dollar card kits, and I was mainly using what was in the kits. I used some extra cardstock from, you know, stuff that I already had. This one I used a doily, but I was really feeling uninspired, and I wasn't really crafting because I didn't want to do these, but I had just moved my stickers to a new place, and I kind of wanted to get these used up. I still have 2 blank cards that I haven't embellished because I basically used up all of the embellishments the kit came with, except for a felt flower and some rhinestones. And I was feeling very uninspired, so I decided just to put the 2 blank cards away, and I at least got 4 of them done. So all these came with the kit. These are seals, and the sentiment came with the kit. I used some of my own foam tape that wasn't all dried up. So yeah, they're not my best cards, but I was just working with the kit that I had, and, you know, someone might want them. Seals, my own cardstock, and a felt flower. This one I just added rhinestones to, and the sentiment. I didn't feel like I could really cover up the flowers. I mean, what would the point of the flowers being on there if you just covered them up? And then there's this one. It's my own cardstock. Like I said, most of the stuff I used was just in the kit. They were just dollar kits. Then I made this card. I had a cereal box that had this red foiling on it, and I wanted to use the red foiling, so that's what I made this card out of. This Best Wishes die, I believe, is a Gina Marie die, and I will leave her website in the description box below. You guys should really go check it out. And this was an eBay die and some heart punches. I mean, it was really simple, but I used up the cereal box, so, I mean, that made me happy. Or I used up the foil embossing on the cereal box anyways. So whilst I was trying to figure out how to embellish these cards, you know, and I was really feeling unmotivated, I had looked through my use it up folder to see if I could find some pieces that would work on it. I didn't, but these rub-ons that I got from the thrift store grabbed my attention, and I ended up making a whole set of cards from the sheet of rub-ons while the kit cards were, you know, off to the side and I wasn't doing anything with them. Yeah, I got a little bit sidetracked, but at least I felt some inspiration from them. Recently I've added all of my rub-ons to my use it up folder because, you know, they have a shelf life and, they need to be used up. So, these came from the thrift store. I really did not think that they would work very well or rub on very well, but they ended up rubbing on very nicely, with the exception of parts where it was just little lines. Those parts I had trouble with, but I didn't have to stick a super large amount of pressure on the rub-ons to get them onto the card, which made me very happy because I wasn't ruining the paper I was trying to rub them onto. This came from that rub-on sheet, as well as the acorn. May the bounty of the season fill your heart and home. That is a Just Right stamp. I don't know their website. Google it. I think it's their right is spelled R-I-T-E. I got them a long time ago. And this is an eBay die. Whenever I do this, it's because I've messed up stamping on the actual card base. It's not that I want this extra piece on there, it's just that I've screwed it up. Because I have a tremendously hard time stamping, and yes, I do use a rubber stamp mat that Bonnie gave me, but I mean, I'm stamp challenged, I guess. The inside just has that rub-on. Whenever I've got little things like that, I like to stick it in the inside so that it gets used up. I don't have to worry about making a whole nother card for little tiny elements. Here's the next one. This came from the rub-on as well as this little pumpkin. eBay die. Brad from Bonnie. This thanks is from the same Just Right stamp set. It was like a stitched fall stamp set. And then this is a Gina Marie circle die, stitch circle, and then this is some Joann's sticky border trim I'm trying to get used up. I guess the inside I didn't put anything. Oops, sorry. Here's the next one. This is all rub-on. I used some crayon to, I don't know what inspired. I have a brown colored pencil on my desk, but I pulled out my crayons and colored on the bottom. This is another Joann's sticky trim. This is a Dollar Tree foam leaf. I colored it with the colored pencil to try and tone down the obnoxious orange a little bit. And then I pressed really hard to get those veins for the leaf. And the background paper is just scrap. It's sponged star paper pizzazz. I got it in a D-stash one time. And the inside, there's just that. Here's the next one. This one is just basically all rub-on. The rub-on was slightly too big for the card, so part of her hat is gone, but it doesn't bother me. There's the inside. I mean, I think these rub-ons are super cute, and I was just so happy that they worked. And then here's the last one from that rub-on sheet. This one, like I mentioned, I had a really hard time with the lines, with just the thin black lines. This one had a piece that had some sentiment about sorry, my camera died on me. There's nothing good to say right now, so I won't say anything. Okay, so I had tried to rub on this, like, it was like a crow, like where the crows come or something. I don't remember what it said, but and because it was just lines, I had an extremely hard time rubbing that on. And every time I tried to lift the plastic, part of the word ripped up, and there was just so much I couldn't get on the paper, and I knew I wouldn't be able to match the font with my own handwriting, so I just chopped it off, took a piece of cardstock, there was this leaf border rub-on, did that, glued it on, and that's basically it. And then this thanks pumpkin, it says pumpkin, that's also from the Just Right stamp set. I had tried stamping it directly on top, and screwed it up. And then I tried stamping it like 40 freaking times. And this is the best impression I could get. It's still not great, but I gave up. The inside, that rub on. And here is the last card. This one's a tall one. It's for my friend's birthday. I didn't forget this year. Woo! Yay for me. This is all eBay dye. She likes fairies. That's why I did a fairy card. When I got done with it, I accidentally got some black on here somehow. So, yeah, that's there. The background, I just used distress inks that I got from Bonnie. Except for the black, I used a Memento ink. For the wings of the fairy, I used glitter jelly roll. And I put little dots everywhere to like symbolize fairy dust. This background was a lot lighter in color, like it was more pastel-y when I first started, and then I always forget the distress ink that I have that's picked raspberry. It's massively watery. I don't know why. You know, I got them secondhand from Bonnie, but I always forget how watery and dark that one is. And so I was adding a whole bunch of different pinks, and I stuck that one on there, and then to tone it down I had to add lots more colors to try and, because it was, I mean, it was much darker than that, but yeah, it was just overwhelming. Like, I completely covered it up here just because it was so dark. But anyways, this was some scrap paper that I got in a D-stash, and I just stuck it, there was a strip of black cardstock that was cut off from the actual card base. Glued that on. Then this happy birthday is from this sticker sheet that I got from Leslie. I absolutely love these, and when I don't want to do stamping, these are amazing. And I didn't realize until this last time that there's actually different fonts. There's 3 different fonts on here. Oh. Did not know that until recently. And I don't think... Oh. The inside I just put some spun sugar around the white, and then I trimmed off a little piece from this so I could have it on the inside. So, I originally wanted this more mottled, not quite so vibrant, but because I screwed it up with that picked raspberry, that's how it ended up. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.